Every NBA fan knows that roster moves can be ruthless, but the Brooklyn Nets just took that reality to the extreme, cutting David Muoka just a day after signing him. But here's the twist. Muoka's departure might not actually be the end of his story with the franchise. Here's a breakdown of what happened, why it matters, and what it all says about the business of basketball, with some insider insight on how these decisions are really made. On Tuesday afternoon, the Nets made headlines by waiving the young center David Muoka, whom they had only signed to a standard contract a day earlier. On the surface, this seems like a puzzling move. Why go through all the paperwork if you're just going to cut a player before he even hits the court? The answer is all about roster flexibility. By releasing Muoka, the Nets freed up a spot so they could officially complete their acquisition of guard Kobe Bufkin in a trade with the Atlanta Hawks. https://2025/09/sports take a chance on Kobe Bufkin in deal with Hawks. But here's where it gets controversial. By all accounts, Muoka is expected to land back with the Nets' G League affiliate, Long Island, where he's been before. That's no accident. The Nets specifically structured his contract to keep that possibility open, which is a savvy, if cynical, bit of roster gymnastics. Here's a little insider baseball. NBA teams are required to trim their rosters to 15 standard contracts, plus 3 two-way deals by opening night. Right now, Brooklyn is overstuffed with 15 guaranteed contracts, 4 non-guaranteed deals. This is where front office smarts come into play. General manager Sean Marks is balancing not only player talent, but also salary cap logistics. So far, he's leveraged the team's league-leading cap space to absorb 4 so-called salary dumps: Michael Porter Jr., Haywood Highsmith, Terrence Mann, and now Bufkin. The first 3 came with valuable future draft picks attached, while Bufkin was a cut-rate gamble on a former 15th overall pick who's still just 21. Atlanta, for its part, needed to move Bufkin to clear both a roster spot and cap room. Brooklyn, meanwhile, saw a chance to add a young combo guard with upside and get closer to the NBA's mandatory $139.2 million salary floor. Bufkin is set to earn $4.5 million this year, and the Nets can choose to keep him through 2026-27 if they exercise their team option by October 31st. The team currently has $11.5 million left in cap space, a number that could balloon to over $20 million if they decide to waive all their non-guaranteed players. Now here's the part most people miss. The Nets inked Muoka to a non-guaranteed 1-year deal. https://nypost.com/2025/0915 Sports Nets sign Big Nan David Muoka to add to training camp competition, rather than the typical Exhibit 10 contract most camp invites get. As cap expert Yossi Gozlan explains, this was a calculated move. The deal paid the rookie minimum, with an $85,300 guarantee, the maximum Brooklyn could offer without jeopardizing Muoka's eligibility to sign a 2-way or to rejoin Long Island in the G League. This move, while shrewd, also highlights a controversial truth about the NBA. Young players on the fringes of rosters are often treated as chess pieces in a much larger game, rather than as aspiring athletes with dreams of making the big club. What do you think? Is this smart team building, or does it cross a line with how teams treat their prospects? Muoka, by the way, isn't without promise. He played 38 games for Long Island in 2023 to 2024, averaging 4.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks in just under 15 minutes a night. He even got a look with Brooklyn's Las Vegas Summer League team last year. The Nets currently have Tyson Etienne and E.J. Liddell on 2-way deals, with 1 spot left, possibly for Zeng, who's reportedly already in town for workouts. So, is this the end of the roster shakeups? Probably not. According to cap analyst Yossi Gozlan, Marks could still be on the lookout for one more minimum salaried player to absorb, just to make sure Brooklyn hits the salary floor. This is the kind of behind-the-scenes maneuvering that many fans never see, but it's a big part of what makes NBA front offices tick. Want to stay on top of every twist and turn in Brooklyn? Sign up for Inside the Nets by Brian Lewis, exclusively on Sports Plus. Now, let me ask you, where do you stand on this? Is it savvy asset management for the Nets to treat players like Muoka as movable parts in their cap strategy, especially when it likely means he'll still play for the organization in the G League? Or do you think teams owe it to these young players to be more transparent and supportive, even if it means sacrificing a bit of flexibility? Jump into the comments and let us know your take. It's a debate worth having.